because the eyes control the heart, control the liver and the heart. Your eyes turn yellow and you have liver problems. And the eyes a direct passage to the heart. So even though you do it, that's a shock going into the liver, the heart, that you never know when it's going to resurface. That's why you don't want to hit in a lot of these areas, because you don't know when it's going to resurface. So that's it. That's my story. Sad and true. And like I said, the eyes, you stop. Danny Pye was in and out. He was in on throats and ripping throats, and he's the one that I met because he stopped 4 people from raping a girl. He ran in there and actually ripped the one's throat out. It was in all the newspapers. I wish I'd kept those articles, but he ripped the guy's throat, and the policeman had to break a pen, which he had ink in at the time, and put the pen in the guy's throat to save his life. That all happened, and a lot of that made the newspaper, that a policeman saved a man's life by using a pen, and everybody kind of remembers reading about that. Well, I was back in I moved to D.C. in 65. That was before the end of 66. That was in mid-66. And the policeman saved the guy's life. Danny Pye put him in critical condition, but he got off because it was all self-defense. And he was protecting this woman that was being raped. And there was another black fella there called James Joseph. Remember James Joseph? You remember him?
Yes.
Well, James Joseph was in the car, and James Joseph was always a tightwad. And we were always kidding him because he was driving the car when Danny Pye hopped out to get in that fight. We all said, "Why weren't you in the fight?" I said, "He was driving around looking for a meter with some time on it." That was my joke then. I actually said that because they were all, "Why did you get in the fight?" Because he was there too. Danny Pye's fighting 4 guys. And James Joseph sitting in the car looking like that. So I said, he's looking for a parking meter with some time on it. Because he's one of those people that you go out to dinner and there's 1 penny, he'll let you pay the extra penny all the time. And that we always joke about that. And that's some of the stories. And I've had an interesting life, as you know. I can't even tell people about my life. I don't even talk about it anymore, people. Because I tell them some of the things I do, and then if I go deeper and deeper, they go, "Oh yeah, we got ourselves a nut here." Yeah, he trained with Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I sang karaoke with Taylor Swift. Yeah. Did you people know that or not?
No, sir.
You know who Taylor Swift is?
Yes,
I had some of the people ask the karaoke lady last night. Taylor Swift is from right down near my house. Oh, go up over the hill. Have I taken you up over the hill to see all those masses of Christmas trees? Christmas trees everywhere. Well, they were owned by Taylor Swift's dad. Oh, he made millions in the Christmas tree business. All the way out to Wernersville is Christmas trees, and he owned the biggest Christmas farm, I think, in the world. Christmas trees everywhere. Everywhere. And if you go around here, even when you're going up on the hill, if we go for the ice cream and you head for that hill, you're going to see Christmas trees on the left or right. I don't know if he owns them now, but he owned 90% of every Christmas tree around this whole area. Yeah. That's Taylor Swift's dad. And she got so famous because he paid $25 million to get her discovered. Or a big package. But he had the money. And she sang karaoke around here. 3 times I remember. I'm going to sing with her 4 or 5 times. And that lady's husband, Kim, that was over on the deck running the karaoke, her husband sang with Taylor Swift many times. They did duets and everything. And there was a big karaoke competition. That's where Taylor Swift got discovered. And Ricky Ray, who some of you actually met him when he was here, but Ricky Ray came in second to Taylor Swift in the competition. But here somebody from a record company saw it and made a phone call and said, "I want you to hear this girl's voice." And somebody said, "Get her name and number." Actually, they called Tim McGraw. The guy called Tim McGraw and said, "I want you to hear this girl's voice," and held the phone up. And she was singing away, and that was the start of her career. So just so you know her. She's from here. my ex-wife Kim sang a duet with her, that Reba McEntire duet. Well, they got up and sang that together. Ricky Ray sang it. Ricky Ray tried to get her, after she was discovered, to help him get her. And she's only 18-year-old snot-nose at the time. And he goes to a show that she was at up here in Allentown. And he gets to go backstage and talk to her because he convinced somebody he knew her. And he did. And she goes, he says, you know, he says, I write some country songs, and I have a couple country songs. He said, maybe you could just do me a favor and get him heard. And she sang with him. She knew how good his voice was. She could even did a duet with him, and his whole career would have taken off. And she just says, oh yeah, I remember that. She walked away from it. Just, I remember that, walked away from it. No, that's
America's Sweetheart, huh?
huh?
That's America's Sweetheart.
Yeah. But anyway, she's a good kid, I guess. She moved out of here, and everybody used to make fun of her in school because she'd go to karaoke in high school. They'd all have jokes about her and everything, so she couldn't wait to move out here to move to Nashville. And now everybody in the high school is kicking themselves in the ass. They didn't be friends with her. Because now she's made $100 million her first year. However, she came back and donated $25,000 to some charity at the school, and then she just donated $250,000 for a playground out near the school for little kids in that neighborhood. So she did come back and give some money back, but she don't want to visit the school. So that's it. But I was telling somebody that I said, they brought up Taylor Swift, and I said, yeah, I used to sing with Taylor Swift. Susie, you were there out in Ohio when I was talking to that young girl selling the vegetables. Yeah, and I told her I sang karaoke. It's Taylor Swift. I sang karaoke with her. And she looked at me like, yeah, right. I said, I sang karaoke with her. And it worked out with Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee. Yeah, let's convince them of that. Okay, anybody have any questions? You can practice that move without knowing the kata. Just spring loose. You might even have a kata where both hands climb up. Ed Bench, is he still here? Oh, you asked me about that move.
Yes, sir.
What's that move in your kata?
So in Sipjing.
Yeah. And when you learned that move, you were blocking, right?
Yes, sir.
Here, come over here. But, well,
Well, I wasn't gonna
no.
do that.
I'm not doing anything. A lot of moves do that move. And a lot of katas are that way. Am I right? They shoot their hands out there. And he said, what could it be? There's got to be a block. I said, no. I said, the hands are climbing up. I said, well, what's somebody doing to you? That guy could be pushing you, shoving you. He could be grabbing me. And both of these hands were just right underneath there. You all right?
I'm actually
Okay.
Check me later.
Yeah, no, I had to do that later. Because it was the odds.
I missed that. Could you do that again?
Yes.
I want to be 61 next
Yeah.
year. if That's all right.
Very good, thank you. But anyway, yeah, so it could be Masai, it could be any move where you throw the hands up. And when we were taught those moves, we were taught you had to block. This was a block. And in fact, actually, when I learned that kata, we were taught this was coming through and blocking his guard, and then coming down and hitting him in the ribs. And then the first thing when I get into medical study is the nerves are under the ribs. You all know that by now. Coming down from here to hit the ribs, do nothing. Do nothing. In fact, everybody here can take that shot. You can hit somebody this way in the ribs, and you get nothing. You hit them up in the ribs, and you got something because the nerves are just underneath each rib. All right, we're going to break. When you break, go over, get a bite to eat the way you are. She has, I think, some hot soup, sandwiches. Leftover food, we eat all that's left over. And let me know what you want to do. Talk to Paul. Most of you from Europe. Let him know if you want to go for Mexican or ice cream. And we'll leave about 4 o'clock. What'd you say? Mexican ice cream. Mexican ice cream.